Hello and welcome to the Gauntlet of Greatness. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm joined once again by Shadow Detella. How you doing, Shadow?
Doing well.
We are getting ready for another episode of the modern Gauntlet of Greatness. If you've been following along, here's our giant 24-deck bracket. We're down to the finalists in the Arabian Nights region and the Dark. Today we are going to be focusing in on the Antiquities quadrant, I guess. Abzan, one of the best decks around. This is essentially the intellectual descendant of the Rock. Now you splash white in your black-green X deck because Siege Rhino's been printed. Deck's very good. Put multiple copies in the top 8 of the last Pro Tour. That's the match we're about to play, where it's taking on a Hate Bears deck. Hate Bears, Death and Taxes. I don't know where the line ends for one or the other, but that's the space this deck is living in. The other matchup that we'll be doing this week is Storm against Green-White Aggro, which is, I don't know, Little Kid Aggro, Wilted Abzan. Deck names are hard. The only quadrant we haven't gotten to yet, so the matches we've got queued up for next week are here in Legends. Affinity and Infect will finally enter the fray, taking on Living End and Soul Sisters, respectively. Here's what we've done already. Tron or Lonepox will be making the Final Four when we get back to Arabian Nights, and either Burn or Amulet will be making the Final Four when we get back to the Dark. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's start with this one, Abzan versus Hate Bears. I've got the Hate Bears deck up on the screen. Like I said, you can also call this Death and Taxes, right? It's, you know, the only thing to survive the apocalypse will be cockroaches and white weenie decks, so there's just a certain inevitability to it, just like Death and Taxes. I think that's where the name comes from. I guess the taxes are also Thalia, making you pay more for things, Leonid Arbiter making you pay more for things. Deck names, definitely hard. Anyway, it's a white weenie deck at its heart, right? It's 1 mana, 2/1s, and it is annoying 2 mana, 2-power guys. You got some Aven Mind Centers thrown in here, and you've got sort of 4-power, 3 mana guys between Blade Splicer and Brimaz. So, you know, a bunch of good creatures, Restoration Angel shenanigans. It's got Path to Exile. It's got Aether Vial. This is a mono-white version of the deck. You know, Spellskite and Dismember can mess people up a little bit. And then the lands are also quite hateful. Fully 4 copies of Ghost Quarter and also 3 copies of Tectonic Edge can just wreak havoc with the mana bases that people are playing in Modern. Speaking of crazy mana bases in Modern, maybe not crazy, but I mean, Modern lets you do something like a solidly 3-color Abzan deck. Siege Rhino says if you can put white, black, and green all in the same deck, you kind of want to. This guy's ridiculous. I've heard him called Bloodbraid Rhino by no less than Willie Adel. Just a great card. You know, you've got all the best hits from these colors, right? Black's Disruption between Inquisition and Thoughtseize. You've got Liliana, Dismember. You know, a couple of Tassigurs have added some staying power to this deck. Tarmogoyf is super efficient. Lingering Souls. If you're going to play a grindy mid-range game and you've got white and black mana in your deck, you can do a lot worse than Lingering Souls. And then, yeah, I mean, it's a fetch land and shockland mana base with a Batterskull hanging out here in the colorless column. So definitely one of the most popular decks in Modern, definitely one of the most successful decks in Modern. It has put multiple people into the top 8 of the most recent Modern Pro Tour. So yeah, it got the bye, and now I'm going to set up a match. I'm going to be on Abzan. Let's see, I'm going to host a Modern one-on-one match where we have 60-minute clocks, so we won't have to worry about time. We can just play and chat. All right, Shadow, I've got a match set up in Open Play Getting Serious. If you want to.
And I'm joining it. Hopefully it'll remember that I'm playing Hate Bears.
All right. Let me know if it doesn't.
I will.
Good luck.
Yep, playing the right deck. All right, talk to you after.
Mute you and talk to you later. All right, here we go. This draw is what? I can Inquisition, I can Noble Hierarch. It certainly seems like a keeper. So I probably want to lead on Hierarch so I can go turn 2 Liliana, right? Seems potentially good against him. I think. Yeah, and I'm probably going to want both black-white and black-green lands so that I can play Liliana, so. There's also some value in getting through these fetch lands before any potential Leonid Arbiters come out. Leonid Arbiter is super, super annoying card. Now I'm set up. I can either go Inquisition Scavenging Ooze next turn, or I can go Leon. It's probably better to go Inquisition Ooze, right? I'm going to need a black-white land. If I just go Liliana, there's too much. If he plays creatures, then I can block them with Ooze. Is that better? I kind of want to get this Inquisition off. I think getting the Inquisition off now and then following up with Liliana is better than the other way around. 2 Blade Splicers, a Dryad Militant. Oh, so he's got 3, 3, 3, 4, and only 2 land. I take Dryad Militant, and this draw is kind of garbage. Yeah, Splicer, Splicer, Flicker Wisp, Resto. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to need a white black land I can afford, or just trying to figure out whether I need to get a fetch land or a basic. I think I'll start getting basics. Alright. Oh man, I can even Abrupt Decay the Aether Vial. Nice. Can't quite get to Gavany Township without risking land on Tech Edge. I mean, I'm clearly attacking Scavenging Ooze. My only question is whether I play Liliana first. Guess I can play Liliana first so that I can potentially eat any creature that he discards. Wow. Yeah, I feel like discarding Gavany Township is actually... He's going to Tech Edge it, but making him Tech Edge it is good. I don't know, the little micro decisions are weird. Like, I also kind of want green mana for the Scavenging Ooze. This might be wrong, but I'm going to discard Gavany Township. And then I'm going to go get a green-white land untapped so that I can start growing my Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, this opening hand feels really good. There's a couple of different paths through it. I don't know if I chose the best one, but I was pretty happy to Inquisition and just get. I like getting the information of what they're up to and what I've got to deal with. I mean, in particular with this hand, being able to take the only 1 drop and to know how crucial this Aether Vial actually is. It's kind of annoying, except what it really means is I'm going to go down with Liliana, right? I go down with Liliana so they can't save Aether Vial from Abrupt Decay. And I don't care if he Tech Edges, so I'm okay playing this land. Yum, 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 yum. Gavany Ooze gonna get large. And Exalted, take 6. Feeling okay about this spot. Although, I mean, if he draws Path to Exile and removes my Scavenging Ooze, this position gets a lot worse. Then again, if he draws non-land, non-Path to Exile things, then we're actually in great shape. And I know he's got a bunch of creatures clogging up his hand, so he may even get to grow Scavenging Ooze. And we do. I'm probably supposed to have a Gavany Township. I was probably supposed to navigate those first couple of turns with a Gavany Township. in play. I don't think that's going to matter. Play its place here. Sure. Whatever. Can't really deal with this lethal scavenging ooze. I mean, I've created the Abyss, right? He loses a creature every turn. Oh, that's a good one. I can even activate it, right? I think going plus with Liliana is better here. What do I need? Green, green, or blue, blue? And I have green, green. I have 5 cards in my yard, so... I don't want the lands. Would I rather have Abrupt Decay or Inquisition? Probably rather have Abrupt Decay. And each player discards a card, please. I think that's better than killing the golem. I mean, I've got 2 lethal attackers. It's only 3/3, right? GL. There's no way he comes back from here, right? Does have the path. Annoying. Well, I can gain a life, because... Why not gain a life? I'd rather spend this mana on Tassiger, so... Still just loses to Golem, right? Green, green, 1. Yeah, he's seen enough. That would be the good draw from Abzan. Alright. He's a creature deck, so these Zealous Persecutions seem pretty good against him. I mean, he doesn't have Lingering Souls, but he does have a bunch of other 1-toughness creatures, which kind of makes them even better, right? I think he's the kind of deck that Batterskull is just great against. And honestly, I don't think I really want Thoughtseize against him. It feels like I'm paying life and time, and all of his cards are kind of the same. Like, I need to control the board. I don't really need to control his hand. 3 Lilianas is the way this is set up. I think 3 Lilianas is right. I mean, in particular, like, what card would I be taking out for a 4th Liliana? The Tassiger? But I mean, 4/5 body is quite good in this matchup. Yeah, I think I like it this way. So, Abzan is up a game. Get the graphic updated. Cool. If I get the screen adjusted where you guys can't see how many cards are in his hand, I'll fix that once we get back to the gameplay screen. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut off the top of the screen. That should be better, right? Right. No problem. I have no land in this hand. Can't keep that one. Yeah, I mean, 2 lands. Stuff to do with them. Let's do it. He's keeping 7, huh? Fair enough. Interesting. So I Hierarch. Probably get a green-white land and play Hierarch off of it. That seems better than Inquisition. I mean, I like Inquisitioning him before he gets to 2, but this hand isn't super vulnerable to Arbiter or Thalia. I mean, I can sort of operate through both of those if I have to, especially if I lead with a Noble Hierarch. So, yeah, it's usually better to play the Elf and then let you do multiple things on a future turn. That is the way this is going to play out. All right, yeah, I want green-white. I want green mana and white mana, so we'll get to Temple Garden. And see what he's got up his sleeve for next turn. Tech Edge. Arbiter. Alright, so I can play... Basically, I can play Lingering Souls, or I can play 2 things. Tarmogoyf is a 1/2. Path doesn't... I mean, I can path his Militant and he wouldn't get a land. I mean, if I go Inquisition Tarmogoyf, I wind up with a 2/3 Tarmogoyf, and I have resolved an Inquisition. That feels like the right way to play this. He's got no 3rd land. He's got double Thalia and an Aether Vial. Wow, I think I take Blade Splicer here. Because why take one of the 2 legends, right? Yeah, I think I take the Blade Splicer, even though he doesn't have a 3rd land yet. And I'll play Tarmogoyf. See people joining the chat, wondering about what we're up to here. So the Gauntlet of Greatness is a tournament that Shadow and I are playing through. We've got a 24 deck bracket of all the best decks in Modern. So he's going to play an Aether Vial. And we're playing through it. Right now, this week, we're in the Antiquities version. Abzan against Hate Bears is the current matchup. And this week, we're also going to be playing Storm against the Wilted Abzan deck, or green-white aggro deck. So that's what we're up to. All these matches are available on Mox Boarding House. We make the videos while we're streaming, send them to Mox Boarding House, and so the deck lists and the videos they all wind up getting posted over on their website. Meanwhile, this match, Abzan is up a game. Here we are in game 2, and he still doesn't have a 3rd land. He chose to play Aether Vial. We know his hand is 2 Thalias and an unknown card. So I can Abrupt Decay the Arbiter and smash. I can also just play Lingering Souls. I know his hand is Thalia, Thalia, nothing. So I feel like just developing my board position is pretty solid. There's some value in playing this Lingering Souls before Thalia comes down. I won't quite be able to attack with Tarmogoyf, but my hand's better than his. So I think I'm okay just sitting here for a minute or 2. Tarmogoyf can play defense. Yeah, each of these matches is just best 2 out of 3. The finals we'll play multiple matches for the championship match, but we're just going through best 2 out of 3. It's not claiming this is the most definitive test of Modern decks ever. Obviously, there's a lot of variance in best 2 out of 3. There's also variance in the fact that neither Shadow or I is claiming to be a Modern specialist who is intimately familiar with each and how you drew Path. Ugh, that's annoying. And Path, Lane, and Arbiter are such an annoyingly good combo. I would like to use Path to Exile's ability, but I can't. It's all very annoying. Now he gets to attack me. Although I would trade Spirit Token for Dryad Militant. He should attack me with Arbiter, though, right? I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, he's going to attack with just the Arbiter. Okay, he doesn't want to let me trade a bird for the Militant. This one I don't think I should trade with. Yeah, I have Path and Abrupt Decay in my hand. I want to be able to attack with flyers. They're not easy for him to deal with. Interesting. So... Oh, the stupid Militant made my Lingering Souls get removed from the game. I forgot about that. I went to go flashback Lingering Souls and stupid Dryad Militant. They're such hateful bears. Bears full of hate. Still attacking with flyers. I guess I could have attacked with 1, gotten the same damage because of Exalted. But hey, maybe he'll attack into my 2/2 scavenging units, right? Yeah, I probably should have pathed the Militant before I played the Lingering Souls. I could have done path scavenging units last turn. Set me up to Lingering Souls this turn. Wow, second path. Those weren't there when we Inquisitioned you. Nothing else to do with that mana except gain a life. I mean, I could pass the Militant. I don't know if I don't particularly want to pass the Militant. I have these 1/1s. Maybe I'm supposed to. I'm down enough life. I mean, I'd beat 11 right now instead of 10 if I had passed the Militant. And now Aether Vial puts Thalia into play. Yup. I'm not actually winning this race right now, even with all this removal in my hand. He's got Thalia and an unknown card. They went up to 3. And found a Mutavault. Alright, I'm definitely willing to trade a token for Dryad Militant. And I definitely want to use one of these Abrupt Decays. So, black, green, and 1. That's a Thalia. Yeah, it doesn't really do me much good to kill Thalia, given that he's got another one. Oh, see, for a minute there I was like, is Flicker Wisp coming? Flicker Wisp would have been pretty good for him right there. Now I need a large creature. I need something that can block Thalia. Ask and ye shall receive. Cool. Green, white, black. Just don't want to discover that he can somehow flicker one of my lands in the middle of combat. I'll just do this pre-combat. Make sure my 4/5 gets onto the table. See, that card's pretty good. Kind of just what I needed here. I think. I don't know, maybe he drew a 3rd path. Feeling pretty good. What do you have? Brimaz, okay. Interesting. Inquisition can take the other Thalia, which makes it okay to kill this one. If Inquisition does cost 2 mana, so I can't actually do 2 things. I can do Inquisition Path. I don't know, I mean, the Siege Rhino also plays defense pretty well. Do I want the other Thalia? I mean, I kind of want the ability to attack again. Yeah, I want the ability to attack with Siege Rhino. What you got over there? Oh, there's a 3-drop. And I knew this would also force him to play his other card if it was any good. Mirren Crusader? It's pretty good if I didn't have Path to Exile. Alright, so your Thalia is gone. Double Strike Pro Black and Green would be insane against me, except I can Path it. Then I have Abrupt Decay for Brimaz. Should I go ahead and kill the Mirran Crusader now? Just because I know I'm going to? I don't know what kind of... I'm not sure if he has any way to protect it from this path, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it on his upkeep, so at least he doesn't get the mana next turn. Or the information when he decides on Aether Vial. Yeah, I just need him to not draw. Great. I mean, obviously, Siege Rhino can eat Brimaz. Siege Rhino can attack into that board if I have and I can use Abrupt Decay to keep it alive and let it trample over whatever blocks it. So I think that's my plan. Yeah, even if he throws Mutavault in. I guess if he blocks with Mutavault, Thalia, Brimaz, Token, then I trade Abrupt Decay for everything. Not if I leave the Spirit Home, though. Interesting. Or I can keep attacking for 2 in the air. It doesn't seem worth it. If I attack the Siege Rhino as a 5/6, it really tempts him into a giant block, and there's none that work. Yeah, I think I attack the Siege Rhino as a 5/6. Let's see if we can wreck him with Abrupt Decay. Snibble Hierarch's been great. And obviously the mana lets me get to 4 without being vulnerable to Tech Edge. The Exalted is doing all kinds of work. Here he's just going to take Siege Rhino. Sure. Okay, you can take 5. I'll allow it. Now what? I just Abrupt Decay Brimaz? If he doesn't surprise me with something? Oh, so he went to 4? Does he have Resto Angel? Yeah, I'm just gonna kill Brimaz before he can attack and make a token. You can see why this Abzan deck is one of the staples of the modern format. It is very good. It's got super efficient creatures, it's got mid-game, it's got late game, it's can win the grindy attritional battle, can come out with a pretty good curve of creatures. I've lost this matchup in some of the practice games we were playing, but he's got 1 card in his hand. We don't know what it is. I can probably win the game by attacking with the Spirit Token twice, but I also have a Siege Rhino. Good stuff. Yeah, these are just 2 of your regular modern decks. I don't know how he gets out of this. I mean, Path obviously could help. He's already gone through 2 paths, though. I mean, they've been removed by Dryad Militant, but he's gone through Path twice. Probably be in slightly better shape if I'd sequenced my spells better. I lost the second half of a Lingering Souls to that same Dryad Militant. I probably could have killed it first. I don't know. I wound up trading it for Spirit Token, which was pretty efficient. Yeah, you can have Flicker Wisp. Oh, kill my token? Sure. So now what? He can actually block the Siege Rhino? He could block the Siege Rhino. A fair Magic card. I would like you to sacrifice one of those creatures. Now I've just, yeah. Now he can no longer game block Siege Rhino, and Abzan is victorious. Cool. Good game, Shadow.
Good game. And you didn't respect my bluff for my Resto Angel. No respect.
I thought about it. I mean, you ticked up the Aether Vial to 4 when you didn't even have a card in your hand, right?
That's ultimately fair. It was my only hope, actually, was to find myself a Resto Angel.
Yeah.
Like, I just assumed that you have some kind of card removal in your hand, that you're going to wipe my board, so I was going to wait a turn, hope that I found a Resto Angel as my only out, play to my outs, fail.
Yeah, reasonable. No, you played it reasonably. My draws were very good. I mean, that part of the power of the Abzan deck is that it's capable of getting that draw, and it was just, I will show you both sides of my hand. Smack, smack. Yeah, the Noble Hierarch did serious work. Siege Rhino's great. I don't know. Your deck is good, right?
Yeah, your deck is good.
So that's the Abzan deck advancing to the regional finals, where it will take on either Storm or Green-White Aggro. And so it's now in the top 8. I gave it a bye into the top 16, and now it has earned its way into the top 8 legit. We've had some upsets. The decks with the buys are actually only 3-2 now, because Tron and Pox pulled off their upsets, but then Burn and Bloom got the job done. So interesting stuff here at the Gauntlet of Greatness.